Alright, good morning from a reasonable, calm, yet slowly becoming stormy Philippines. So good to be back. Talking about storms. Be ready to become the storm. To become the storm in your life. And that's what it's all about here. To lean into a journey to become unstoppable, to become the most empowered version of yourself. The version that allows every part of yourself to come up, or to be expressed, to be used. Your version is your true identity. The identity is now hidden. I mean, by this world, by worldly systems, norms, by how you're supposed to be, or live, reason, decisions, anything. And on top of that, if you're dealing with highly manipulative, controlling people, these are psychologically, emotional, mental abusive people. I never want to go there, but yes, because it's such a hype online. Someone, yes, it's high, or that would score high on the spectrum of narcissism. Someone borderline, bipolar, or a combination of things. But you have no business in trying to figure that out, because it's pretty easy to define what it is that you're dealing with, and if that suits you, or actually completely drains you, sucks the life out of you. And yes, if you're dealing with these types of people, they will literally, mentally and physically. I always say, the longer you stay in, the harder it becomes to get out. You have only one vessel, one mental health, or bodily health. And this type of abuse, it's better to get a punch in your face, because it's just a one-timer. It can be fixed, and by the way, it's easy to prove what happened and who did it. So this type of abuse, it's done hidden. It's done in a way that basically nobody around notices. It's done in a way that you don't even notice it when you're in it. And that's the hardest part. When you're in it, you cannot see. Yes, you will eventually really start feeling it. That's already when you're so attached, when the trauma bond is reinforced over and over again, when it becomes extremely hard to say no and leave, and you become used to the ongoing stress that you'll have when you're dealing with highly manipulative, controlling, or mentally, emotionally, psychologically abusive people. It's a gradually incremental, slow, tedious process, and over time, yes, your stress levels, your nervous system, always on high alert, never being able to be calm in your own state, or don't even bother trying to connect with your own guidance. With these type of people around you, you're always on eggshells, you're always tiptoeing around them. Ooh, and I will make sure you will. If you rest, you would rest a few minutes, and they notice it, they will give you the feeling that you should be ashamed of yourself, and you're doing something bad. Ooh, and if they get up early and you tend to sleep a bit longer in the morning, they will make the noise they need to wake you up. Always keeping you on edge. It's never enough. They take it. So many examples I can give you, but the worst thing is that it's conditional love, and little tidbits of love are given here and there to keep you hooked, keep you in there. But it's often, most of the times, it's the case that they value, they make you feel insecure, or they shame you in front of others. And over time, you're going to lose yourself, your confidence, self-doubt will go up. You start wondering that there's something really wrong with you, especially if you speak up for something. You want to discuss something, they shame you for no reason, they devalue you for no reason, that they comments that just hurt or hurtful, they give you silent treatment, which is horrible. You try to speak up for it or address it, they won't hear it, and they don't want to listen, they don't want to go there, because then they need to take accountability for what they're doing. And even if you get a little bit closer, you'll get comments as, you're too sensitive, or it was just a joke. All the while you're stuck with the pain, you just brushed off as nothing. And you'll hear that you should be able to take a joke, or are you still concerned with this, or you're so sensitive. That's again a dagger in your heart. Not only you're not getting anything resolved, knowing that it will happen again. Secondly, you're being misled, you're being actually gaslighted again, which means denying your reality, feelings that are legit that you're having, or made seem as if there's something wrong with you. When you start to eventually doubt yourself, or maybe I am too sensitive, maybe you are like, oh shit, you should be able to take a joke, and you brush it off, and you try to continue again and find their validation, and you might get some soon after. Continue, and the pain, everything that you're building up inside, that will just stay there, and you will accumulate more and more and more and more, until you can't breathe, until you really get ill, or get into deep struggles for health within the relationship, that it really becomes, well, in many cases, often impossible to leave. You're scared to leave, you fear the unknown, be dependent on them, they love them, they can financially as well, have a hard time moving. And trust me, all the time, along this way, they're already setting the stage, and they're talking to your friends and your family, and they share things in a way that make them seem as like a responsible, caring person, and they're already planting seeds of doubt about you. If you're struggling in a relationship and you just need to breathe, or you go out and you're late, or well, you might even have been drinking, well, they might be saying that you have a problem. There's nothing, there's never ever any kind of reflection on their end, or if you have problem functioning, or if you're so triggered and tense, tired, stressed, that you easily react. That's the worst thing, and we call it reactive abuse. It's like they make you suffer for such a long time, and you build up all those emotional cocktail of emotions: anger, frustration, pain, shame, guilt, and so much more. That eventually there will be a moment you might blow up a bit, and that's the moment that they will see, look, it's not good, there's something bad with you. You've been keeping everything inside and holding everything within for, well, maybe years, or maybe you're dealing with this since a few months. Every time you try to speak up, you're degraded again, or you're gaslighted again. They believe that the feelings are wrong. And that story continues, and the trauma and bond intensifies, and you're gonna see it's a cycle of seeking their validation. We met them in beginning where they show you to be that amazing, loving, caring person you always dreamt of. It's almost too good to be true. And they do that because they know exactly how to do this. Because they study you in the beginning. They mirror you, do exactly the things, and they ask you a million questions. So what makes you feel up, excited, but as well, they want to know your vulnerabilities. In the beginning, that might seem as if they're asking questions because they're interested. I don't know, they're mapping you to know how to make you feel great, as well how to really push it in, that dagger, in your heart, in your soul. And just again, they're going to play. In the beginning, you're going to experience a loving, caring, giving, amazing, always there for you kind of person, and doing exactly the things that you like because they study you. But slowly they start to devalue, they start to go making that competition or needing to pull you down. As well in front of others, easily in front of friends and family members. They get a high from that. And when they see that you are noticeable, struggling with it, that makes you small, they're watching how it affects you. When it's silent thing, when it affects you, they're going to do that more and more. And then you start tiptoeing around them. You want to have that amazing, loving, caring person that you met in the beginning. You want to have that person again. And all the while you start doubting yourself. So you're going to do it, run around, give. Try to fix it, but there will be a moment because they don't like you to be depressed or sad for too long. They're going to give you that love. They're going to give you a moment to feel that amazing feeling again with them. Their presence and their love and care and affection. And then you feel, oh yes, there it is again, that person is there again. Oh, we're back, we're good now. And that's the beginning. You're dealing with, family members, it's rough, but as well as, for instance, your partner, if you just started to date or you're in a relationship for a while or a year and you start noticing these things, you really need to pay attention and start digging in here and reading in and clicking on the link in the description to really get things clear. It's such an overwhelming world out there online. Good advice, bad advice, advice that's not applicable or not even true or contradicting. You're gonna, it's you have 8 hours to spend a day to do your research maybe, but don't even try. Everything is here for you. Click on the link in the description. It's where this journey where you go through a few phases. You start with the phase of really knowledge and awareness and taking everything that is online and sort of simplify it. Because it's pretty easy to find what you're dealing with. You don't have to become a specialist in narcissism or any kind of that stuff. It's pretty easy for you to just find, to realize what you're in and how it affects you and how it's unhealthy for you, and to as well see that eventually would lead you to become like this or just leave this world because of it. People do really get sick or they stay stuck in it for a lifetime and never live. And if you're in there for years already, I mean, you get used to it, covered in a blanket of toxicity, you easily brush things off, you rationalize it kind of away, like this is how it is, or you've been trying to maybe detach, or you physically are detaching, and you're still stuck, and you're going back every time. And if that's just in the mind, it's the same stress and pain, by the way, but if you're stuck, there can be a few phases as well, emotionally, where you can remain stuck, and you need to work through a few phases to release that cocktail of emotions as well, whether it's frustration and anger. the old saying, there are some steps you need to take in the right order to work through those. Because if you don't, you're going to remain stuck, and you still will not be able to open up and receive the beauty, the divine connection you need to be able to receive and hear and listen to, but as well to recognize the divine and good things that are meant for you in life. As long as you're any form filled with that toxicity, whether it's physically in your body, emotionally, or even spiritually, you're going to be able to recognize it and fully receive it. So it's really one time doing it one time right, going through these phases. Well, there's a reason you're here today. I truly believe that. And your intuition, you'll learn along the way to truly trust that. And walk on by faith as well. But there is something within you. You know that things are off. That's why you're here. That's why I need to press the link as well. And say, probably dealing with it to a certain extent in your life. That's enough. You have to go through these phases. This is all about to make your own decision about it. That's what I want. Sure. Well, that's coach. I don't want to just tell you what you need to do. I want you to guide you in a way you're going to see and be able to reflect on your own situation. And if I already know what you need to do, that you know what to do. So the decision comes from you, from within. You have a much more likability, or actually a guarantee that you're going to stick on the path. And that will lead to the results and the lasting change and the transformation that not only you're looking for, but I'm here to provide you. You have to lean in, just by starting with the first session. You can do that daily, 30 minutes a day. You can do a bit longer, great. Don't overwhelm yourself. An hour is really enough. Again, if you can do more, maybe, but when you feel you're getting overwhelmed or it's time to reflect and it's a lot, stop, continue the next day. Some sessions are longer than half an hour, sometimes 1.5. Break them in two. Walk your way session by session, don't skip any. It's specifically designed in a way that every step follows forward from the previous one, in a way that prepares you as well, physically, emotionally, mentally, for every step that follows. And that's the only way I can provide you the results, the change and the transformation. Skipping steps, doing them in the wrong order, you're not going to get the results. Same as you can have no phone number by head, but if you dial it in the wrong order, you're gonna never reach the person you want to reach. You're gonna end up somewhere different. This is the same. That's the only thing you do. Everything is provided. The ongoing guidance. Curriculum right now would be around 4 months. It might sound a lot, but it's nothing. Nothing compared to staying stuck for years in your life. It's nothing compared to more suffering or taking the wrong steps in the wrong order and really getting in trouble, because it becomes worse when you step up. If you are doing things with the wrong setup, you might not be able to truly become free. Really dark things happen as well, by the way. Therefore, this journey as well, this path is well designed so you do so safely, in the right steps, in the right orders. You do this in a way that's going to be effective and safe for you as well, to be able to heal properly. If you're really stormy, I'm going to make it short here. You will become the storm. That's what I wanted to share here today. Even if you feel drained, if you feel exhausted, if you feel, I cannot do this, or you tried many things, and if you feel you can, now it has become you must. You only have to take a step. The first step is maybe the hardest. I feel like I don't think about the how. Everything is taken care of here. Everything. The only problem is to spend every day 30 minutes headset here, or in an area where you're alone. Listen in. Do that. That's the only thing I'm asking from you. Do that consequently. Choosing yourself to do that every day. It will lead to the big transformations. Eventually the bigger transformations. living, where you will live your vision and dreams, and where you will be surrounded by true authentic love and the people that are meant for you, which you can feel amazingly calm and relaxed and feel valued. And mostly you're going to be able to be connected with the one and only spirit, and the one relationship you really need to be concerned about. If you're disconnected from that, it's the one with the universe, God, if you will. The Holy Spirit for you. So that's your guidance, that's your divine guidance, and that's different from all rational, and that's different from worldly norms, and it's the opposite of what the abusive people in your life, manipulative, controlling, psychological, mental, or emotional abusive people in your life are telling you. So we're gonna switch that around, and along the way, automatically, no matter how deep you're in it right now, how stuck you are, or you probably then as well don't see your way out. No, I didn't. And you don't when you're dealing with this type of abuse, when you're really deep in it. Just lean in, follow the steps. You'll be able to automatically do more. It's designed in a way that you're going to automatically have more space for it. And you're going to grow like this, not like this, be like that, and you've got to trust the process. And this is a process. It's got to be the process of happiness. That's what it's about. It's not doing this to get necessarily there, but everything that comes along. There's so many shifts and transformations you're going to make. Learning to walk by faith, for instance, that was one of the biggest for me. Fear disappears. And there's always maybe a little bit, but it becomes nothing compared to what it was. Trusting your intuition, overcoming limiting beliefs, being able to set healthy, solid boundaries, or you will, like the king and the queen. Everything is provided here. You'll be easily stepping into that. I'm going to prepare you. I'm going to be with you every single day. I'll keep you on the path as well. There will be moments of weakness. There will be moments of you don't feel like it. Therefore, you need to build that muscle every day, 30 minutes at least. And that's enough. If you can do more, if you're in a situation at work, perhaps children, or you're just surrounded by this abusive person in your life, or family members, I know you're basically not getting a second alone, and if you try to, you know what I mean, you may feel bad for doing so, or they just make sure it doesn't work, and need you as well to keep this place sacred for you, and don't even share what you're doing and where you're doing it, and with who and what. That's only for you. There's a whole preparation here that's in there. That will really get you ready as well practically on how to take the steps and secure your safety and your healing process and your way forward and your life in a way that you can, instead of losing more years of pain and suffering and trying to figure it out on your own or staying stuck, and instead here, this way, by doing this one time right, you're going to actually gain years back living in your authentic life. This is the second half of this journey and path, where you will become everything, the person that you are, truly are, with all your parts within, all that beautiful stuff that's there. Living your purpose. Well, yes, there are people out there waiting for you to shine that light, waiting for you to live in person, waiting for you to guide and lead them through it, whatever your purpose will be, no matter what it is. Planting, cooking, painting, construction, anything. It really doesn't matter. Teaching something. But you gotta take the step, and I can only nudge you because it is urgent. Dealing with this is really, really, really urgent. Yet I know when you're drained, when you're suffering and in pain, when it feels too much, and you lose trust, and it's hard to listen to anyone. But therefore, I say, if it resonates like a little bit, that's your call. That's why you're here today. That's already enough. Click on the link and just start. 30 minutes a day. That's very, how do we say that? Digestible. And it's not a race. And if it's for you 30 minutes a day to come in 4 months, that's it. You'll get there as well. You can do a bit more, great. Don't overwhelm yourself. Binge watching, listening. Eventually you don't even know what you heard. So take a session or half a session and reflect on it. Take some notes. Oh, there will be so much reflection and you will recognize so many things. Just get started. Lean in. And again, along the way, automatically you will become the storm. Your own true identity. Not a new one, not an adopted one. The one you are. The one that's been always suppressed. Not only perhaps by the world, but yes, by controlling, manipulative, psychological, emotional, mental abuse of people. And that goes deep. They hijack your soul. And it's incredibly hard to see when you're in. It's incredibly hard. Even when you know that you actually should leave, your intuition might be telling that. To actually walk through that door, and you will find a million reasons to stay. You can try it one more time. And when they sense you might leave, they're gonna play a different game to make you stay. They're gonna show that loving person, to be that loving person again. And they go, oh, maybe this time. They're gonna guilt trip you so badly that you don't ever wanna leave. And there are worse ways. Everything will be handled on the inside. Click on the link in the description again, because it can become really ugly. And once you do a few attempts and it doesn't work, the abuse intensifies. It's going to be done more hidden, more devious, and it's so stressful emotionally, physically, mentally, you might not make it out of it. Or you consent to it, and you're just gonna, how do you say that, slumber through life a little bit. Hopefully get to a certain age and have really lived, or maybe live 10% of who you are. Not an option. It's not an option here. That's why you're here today. Non-negotiable. No concession. This is your life. This is your calling. This is your biggest push and test given. Probably have a huge purpose to fulfill, an important one, or a powerful one. We'll define it along the way. That will come in the right moment and the right time along this journey program. Don't like that word, but it is. I've walked it all. I've seen it all. By trial and error, you don't have to. But by doing so, the ongoing education of the past 8-9 years. Sometimes I don't even know how. But I know now why I needed to see everything from highly toxic, narcissistic, abusive family system to dealing with the same in a romantic relationship, within work environments, friends, and within that I've seen it all at all levels, and I needed I went deep to seek the truth. Seen all the games they played and the steps you need to take. By removing all the steps that you should not take, or that lead you back to nothing, or where you came from. And so I'm here. The right steps, the right order, one time right. The immersion and the repetition you really need to stay on track along the way. Not pressing a button. There will be vulnerable moments where you will need it every single day. Therapist once a week or an hour, it's not going to cut it. You need a place where you have access every single day in a moment that you can jump in, because that might not be easy when you're dealing with, for instance, abusive type people. And that you as well have a schedule. Most of the time you don't get a minute for yourself. So you can start with 30 minutes a day. That's already great. You can do so at any time. Everything's provided in there to be prepared for you the past years. It's here now, ready for you to lean in. So let's go. We have a storm coming. Looking forward to it, actually. And then take a quick dip, because it might be the last of the coming days. Again, you will become the storm. For them, but as well for your own life. Everyone is waiting to meet that divinely guided, immensely empowered, strong, your highest vibrating version of you. That's why you're here. That's why you're called for. So let's lean in, click on the link, get connected. So I'm guided here as well, with you and for you. And in a couple of months, you're gonna soar high, fly out on your own. You don't need anything anymore. You are free. You know how to stay free. You're connected. You've learned to lean into faith, to step by faith, move by faith, not by necessary rationale at all, but knowing when you need to take a step, and you do it even if you don't know what necessarily happens next, or where you will end up, or how you will make it, or financially, whatever. The steps you need to take for you to literally open doors to your authentic, true, divine life, and the people that you need to be with and surround yourself with, and opportunities that need to come to you, be able to come to you. You need to therefore lean in, and you will get there along the way, together. Step in. You have nothing to lose. Lean in, start 30 minutes a day. Cannot make it easier for you than this. Yes, there's some self-work involved, but again, you're not doing it alone. We're doing it together. The program is completely intuitive, set up, digestible, a healthy pace. I'm ready for the next session, the next steps. Start from the top, session by session. Don't overwhelm yourself. 30 minutes a day. It's an hour break, but don't overwhelm yourself. Otherwise, nothing sticks. Listen in, headsets, or when you're alone, reflect, notes, and then move forward the next day with the next one. If it's a long session, break it in half. Let's go. See you on the inside.